Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at Ablesys. Welcome to the webinar, and we'll go over the recent signals, today's signals, and look on the chart or identify on the chart where a buy signal is, where a sell signal is, and where we put our stop loss, which is the three main things. What's nice about AbleTrend is it works exactly the same. It's just as accurate and low risk, whether you trade futures or stocks, whether you do day trading, swing, or position trading. It's exactly the same, which is why everybody around the world uses it for whatever they like to trade in their whatever markets they're looking at, in their own market. So futures, of course, are very popular, E-mini futures, for intraday trading, for day trading. And of course, stocks would be, stocks and indices and ETFs, popular for swing and position trading. And, Forex and other commodities as well too. And they're not as popular, but the software doesn't care. It's just going to pick up the low risk trends. That's what we're looking for, and that's what's most important. We always have stop losses in place, so we never ever have big losses. And the whole key is to just hop on the trend and manage our risk by putting a stop under the price, never a profit target, because why take 5 points when maybe you can make 50 points? And we often get that, especially intraday moves. In fact, yesterday was the best day of the year intraday trading, using AbleTrend signals, and today was a good day too. So it's been a great year, and we're on about a 5 or 6 year run. That's really been pretty incredible. I'll put it up against any other indicator or any other performance, and I'll bet on AbleTrend. But then again, we're about real life trading here, not about exaggerating like everybody else always seems to do. Just, we tell it like it is, good and bad, winners, losers. We show it all. We don't cherry pick. That's anybody can do that. Let's jump in and see what we've got here. I brought this chart up last week. TAL was in the WinTick report. Now the WinTick report is the list of stocks that we put on the website every day, which is included in the 1 month trial. And it tells you of stocks that are coming up with a new buy signal using a daily chart. Now, we always use 2 time frames combined into one chart. In fact, for the E-minis, for intraday trading, because of the many up and down moves, we use 3 time frames, a 1 minute, 2 minute, and a 3 minute. The reason multiple time frames work so well, which is what everybody likes so much about AbleTrend, is that it filters out false signals, and we have what's called no trade zones. So the software is looking for low risk trades only, and it has to be triple confirmation before we take a trade. In addition, we've got a stop loss in place. So that really lowers our risk, and that's why AbleTrend signals have a lot less losing trades than everything else. So the software is not only going to tell us where to buy, where to sell, and where to put your stop loss. It's going to tell us when not to do anything at all, meaning there's a sideways choppy market alert is what it's telling us. So let's stay out of the market right now because it's just too high risk. And again, it has to be low risk only, otherwise it's not a valid AbleTrend signal. So we've got a buy signal right here. We had a beautiful one back here few months back. If you had AbleTrend then, we picked up this entire big move. However, I want to focus in on this because last week some people may have traded this or paper traded it, whether with real money or paper traded it. Either way, might be monitoring it. And we had a triple confirmation buy signal, which is a blue bar, a blue small dot. It's in the middle of the big dot, so it's hard to see there. And of course, the weekly signal are the X's. So we had a triple confirmation. We had the daily, the blue bar, and then we had the blue weekly X, which in this case is the weekly support point, and it's blue. So we've got a blue bar and a blue dot and a blue X. That's triple confirmation that Abletrend algorithms are all saying, in addition, the daily and the weekly chart is also saying it's going to go up. So there's just a pile of odds in our favor, which is why most of the time it's going to work out. Now, I'll guarantee you there'll be some losing trades. There's no perfect system. That I can guarantee you. That's for sure. But we've got stop losses in place, so we never, ever get beat up on a trade. So we had the signal here at about 55, and a week later we're at 58, a little over 58. So looking good, and we'll continue to stick with it and see how it goes. So hope some people might have taken that trade. This is the mini NASDAQ, which is by far our favorite intraday market to trade, because the mini NASDAQ is a much smoother market to trade than any other intraday market. And we've done thousands of hours of research on it, because we want to make sure that it's correct, and we want to make sure that it's, we want to, of course, pick the easy. I don't want to use the word easy. We want to pick the least choppy market to trade. And that would definitely be the NASDAQ, the mini NASDAQ. It also has a lot of movement to it also, because if something is flat and sideways, it doesn't matter what indicator you're using or who you are, you can't, nobody can win. So we want something that moves, it's volatile, goes up and down, so that we have a chance to make money, and isn't so choppy. So by far, that would be the E-mini NASDAQ for intraday trading. So we had a triple confirmation sell signal at the open. That was a really long bar, and we have like a 10-point rule that we'll just wait for the next bar, because of our stop loss would be ridiculous. It would be again, I repeat, keep saying it's got to be low risk, and we're not going to risk put a stop loss at 12, 15, 20 points and have $300 or $400 at risk. But the second signal would have been fine. The second red bar, would have been fine. And if not, maybe some people, they did a little shy about trading at the open. Totally understand that. Then you can get in at it's a lower price, but then you can get in at the next red bar, where you had the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. Everything was in perfect alignment. But that was only a break-even trade. At best, because we had a 2 green bar exit, which we would have exited right there. Red bars means stay in the trade. Do not even think about getting out. You're safe. Green bars means it's getting a little sideways, maybe a pullback. The trend is weakening. So when we see that, after we're at least in 10 points profit, we'll put a stop loss 1 point above the top of the green bar. 1 point above the top of the green bar. Let me go full screen here. Originally, we would put the stop loss 1 point above the triple confirmation bar. 1 point above the triple confirmation bar. Now, ideally, we would want to put it above the red dot, because the red dots are resistance. They stop or block the prices from going higher. You'll see hundreds, if not thousands, depending on how long you have Abletrend, of examples where the price will go right up to the red dot and just come to an abrupt stop. Often it'd be like throwing a ball against a wall. Hit the red dot, bounce off, and go back down again. That's a sweet spot. Same thing, the blue dots block or stop the prices from going lower. So as long as you've got blue dots below and you got blue price bars, stay in the trade. Don't even think about getting out, because you're selling this. You're getting out too early. And a lot of people say, I get out too early. I'm up a couple hundred, and I jump out too quick, and then I could have stayed in and made 1,000. Yesterday was a 100-point profit with 6 trades, 8 trades, sorry, no, 6 trades was 100 points profit for the day. And it was only we only trade 5 hours a day. First 3 hours and last 2 hours. Whatever time zone you're in, first 3 hours and last 2 hours. So we got a perfect no trade zone here, and there's your classic, perfect, textbook triple confirmation buy signal. I also like that the bar closes above the red resistance X's, which is the 3-minute chart. The small X is the 2-minute, the dot of the 1 minute. We simply want all the colors to be blue when we're buying, and it's the first time they all 3 come together. at the close of that bar, the open of the next bar. We have to wait for that bar to first close. So the beginning of the first triple confirmation bar, when all indicators come together. And that's it exactly right there. There's a really good signal right there, because we took that one all the way up till the 2 green bar stop, which would be right there. But from here at 70 out at 95, that's a 25-point winner, trading just one contract, because we keep everything very conservative, and we just, we talk about the lowest possible amount you can trade, meaning the lowest possible amount that you can win would be $500. 50 points, 25 points is $500. It's $20 per point. So that was a nice, $500 winner every trend gave everybody, this morning. And that's coming off of a 100-point winner yesterday. That's $2,000 per one contract. So now we're going to roll along here. And we've got a perfect no trade zone here, and then a losing trade. We point that out too, because this is about real life trading. Good afternoon to you, Gene. We've got a triple confirmation. Everything is perfectly lined up. Blue bar, blue dot, blue X's. Out at the red bar, red dot. So we gave back, after a 25-point winner, we gave back 7 or 8 points on that trade. And I like to stretch the losses, actually. I like to say less on the gains and make the losses bigger. Covers commissions, slippage, and nobody's going to nail all these trades exactly perfect. If you get most of this profit, hey, you know what? You did a great job. Obvious triple confirmation short signal right there, and down it goes. And I mean, it had one drop fast. However, it popped up just as fast. Almost got stopped out too, because there's our two dots. There's our support. Then we get a 2 green bar stop right there. So the next trade out at 65, short at 86. Well, let's just call it 20 points. Let's make the gains even less than you possibly might have made. That's another 400 after winning 500 on the 2 trades earlier. So heck of a start here this morning. I mean, just a great start to the week after a 100-point winning day yesterday. Obvious no trade zone in here. Now we're getting into what we call the dead zone. That's optional. Anybody can trade if they like. But between 12:30 and 2 Eastern time, we find that the market's usually kind of choppy and sideways there. So the risk is not worth the reward, when most days, not every, but most days, it's very choppy and sideways. So we figure that's a good time to take a break. For sure, between 12:30 and 1:30 Eastern, that's a definite hour that, regardless, I just would take an hour off, because it's usually choppy and sideways. You know what? You need a break for lunch or break period anyhow. So if you're getting closer to the 2 o'clock number, and you see the 3.9 also short, which it was right here, and the tick chart is short at that time, which it is right here. Well, you can get in a little before 2 o'clock. I mean, again, I'm talking Eastern now. Everything is just perfectly lined up, and you got a brand new signal, and you have 3.9 saying go short. Tick chart 200, 500 tick chart saying go short, and the Able trend 1 minute, 2 minute, and 3 minute is saying short. You just can't. I mean, what more could you want than that? And if it's close enough to 2 o'clock, we're going to take that, which it was about 10 to 2 Eastern. So we're short at 95.72, and stop loss going to go 1 point to the previous higher. The previous higher, small red dot. We got stop loss at about 79. We're short at 72. And as we're watching, we keep putting our stop losses lower as the dots go lower. But again, you lag at the higher dot, 2 rows of dots above the price. So our stop would be right here at this point. There's 2 greens. We're out at 45. Shorted it at 72. Well, let's call it 70. Let's make the gain even less than you might have had, because I like to contract the gains and exaggerate the losses, not the opposite. That's a nice gain right there. I mean, you're talking what, 25 points, another 500, per one contract. It's a lot of money there, a lot of money on these charts yesterday and today. I mean, it was kind of scary almost. I mean, it's like, wow, wish it could be like this every day, but it's not. Nobody can control the market. Sometimes it's quite sideways. But between yesterday and today, woof, it was big money. I mean, you'd have paid for the software, in 2 days. Anybody who's very disciplined, doesn't think, follows the rules, and is just like a robot, just simply taking the trades, the triple confirmation trades, put your stop losses in place. No thinking involved. No thinking. You just have to be a robot. You can't win otherwise. If you trade your emotions, you, me, anybody, you just can't. Nobody can win if they're trading on emotion. It's just not going to happen. So that worked out. That worked out well right here. We actually had a sweet spot right in here. That was a sweet spot at 1420. Right in here, 1418. So that would be right about there. That was just about a break-even trade anyhow, so no big deal on that. Obvious no trade zone in here, red and blue together. We had another short right here. Stop goes 1 point. Stop goes the previous. Let's see. Previous higher red dot was at 50. No way. So we're going to put it at the previous. That's just way too far away. We're going to put it just 1 point above the top of the red bar. Down it goes. We've got about 20 points or so in profit. There's our 2 greens. Stop goes 1 point above the top of the green, and we're stopped out 2 bars later right there. Right about 16, and we were short at about 27, so that's 11 points. Let's call it, 8 or 9 points on top of a whole bunch already. And here would be a nope. This is all no trade zone, and it's 4 o'clock close. So today was a pretty fantastic day, coming off of the best day of the year yesterday. Now, who knows tomorrow? Could be a sideways choppy day, but between yesterday and today, I mean, you would have paid for the software in 2 days. Bill, the 1, 2, 3 guidance on NQ. Would you buy after the 9:30 open? Which bar? Just curious. Yep. Okay. Went over that. After the dead zone, when would you have sold? Okay. Looks like I went over that already. Gotcha. Thanks. Was waiting until 2 all the time, but 3-9 until check. Yes, the 3-9 in the tick and the 1, 2, 3 came in a little before 2. So, that's okay. We don't have to get into like, to the second or anything. I mean, if everything's lining up a little before, yes, sir. Take it. Does it work for stocks? Yes, sir. It certainly does. Like I said at the beginning, Sean, yes, it does. It works exactly the same for stocks. And that's why I showed you this stock chart here. This was the first stock that I showed you. This was stock chart, TAL, daily weekly chart. We bought it around 38 and took it all the way up to 53. And then we just got in again last week at 55, and it's already up to 58. So works exactly the same for stocks. And I personally use it for weekly, monthly charts for the real long term, for like retirement accounts and IRAs and things like that. So ETFs, my favorite. All right, Gene. Okay, yeah, good job there, Gene. Frank says beautiful, beautiful, beautiful last 2 weeks. Thanks, Frank. I'm glad it's going well and you're taking the trade. Gene, God bless you too, Gene. And I think we're good to go. Got everybody. Oh, Michael. 10 a.m. you reviewed the 3x didn't come in until it passed 3, so I took it at 10:01. Let me go back real quick. $10.01. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's fine. Next bar over. Yeah, that's fine. Good job. Good job, Mike. John, do you have a 3-minute confirming the trend? Do you have to have 3 minutes before you have rely on the, no, John, it can just come in at any time. That's perfectly fine. As soon as you got the, as soon as you, I mean, if you got a 1 minute, long, like let's say right here, for example, and a 2 minute long, and a 3 minute comes in long, I mean, yeah, I mean, go for it. Especially if it's above these red resistant X's, the red resistance here. And that's the whole purpose, is to just to get above it. So if you got above it, triple confirmation, 3-9 is also long, tick chart is long, woof, you've got your odds major stacked in your favor. Go for it, for sure. All right, good job, everyone. I think we're good to go here. Thanks for being here. Hope I was helpful. Anything I can do, let me know. Call, email. I'm here every day. Do everything I can for you. Have a good night.